Oh, Janet, I'm just off to the music department to sack Miss Tripley.
Yes, dear.
Miss Tripley, I'm not just here for a chat. Miss Tripley, I'm not here with good news.
Come on, Bertie Cherville. I can hear you knocking. Oh, no, don't go, Bertie. Oh, sorry, Mr. Slat. I thought you were my gerbil. He's escaped.
Miss Tripley, I am not an escaped gerbil.
Oh, you've come to visit. How lovely. Welcome to my little cubbyhole. Have a seat, have a seat. Oh, dear, I've only got the one.
Never mind, I'll just...
No, sit down, sit down.
Miss Tripley.
Some tea? I'll just put the kettle on. Oh, dear, I've only got one mug.
Never mind about the tea, please. I'm afraid, Miss Tripley, I'm here on very serious business.
Now, sit still, please. I'm going to do a little sketch of you for my visitors' gallery.
Right.
Look happy.
Miss Tripley, you've been with us now for 6 months, I believe.
6 happy months.
I believe in your last position at Norbridge High, Mr. Sullivan has talked to you a number of times about the quality of your work.
Yes, that's true, I'm afraid.
Well, I now have to inform you that the quality of your work since you arrived here has been quite appalling.
So, still improving, then?
In addition, you have made little or no contact with other members of staff.
Oh, no, that's not true at all. I've just made my best friend in the teaching profession ever.
You have?
You don't feel the same way? But anyway, listen to me prattling on and interrupting you all the time. You look as though you've got something to tell me.
Oh, Janet, I've just informed Miss Tripley that I may recommend her for the head of music.
Yes, dear.
Right. Oh, Janet, I'm just going down to the music department to sack Miss Tripley.
Oh, Mr. Slat, you're becoming quite a regular, aren't you?
Miss Tripley, I am not here with good news. Oh, sorry. Well, what is it? Is something wrong?
No.
Well, I haven't broken it, have I?
No, Mr. Slat, you just reminded me of Mother.
Oh, what about her? What's happened to her?
Nothing, she's fine. You just reminded me of Mother. But that's all in the past now.
Good. Excellent. What I wanted to say...
She never really liked me, Millie was always the one.
Well, yes. Anyway...
She was always telling me that Millie was the clever one. Millie was the one that should have gone to university, the one that all the boys liked.
Yes, well, there you are.
Millie always got the big presents at Christmas. And any time Millie made a little mess in the house, I got the blame, which happened all the time when she was a puppy.
What I wanted to say... Millie was a dog.
Yes.
Never mind.
All those lonely years with just my imaginary friend for company. Until she started siding with Mother.
Miss Tripley, I'm afraid I have a very serious matter to raise with you.
Oh, yes, Mr. Slat. It's been ever such a dull day, and I was hoping something interesting was going to happen.
Oh, Janet, I've just informed Miss Tripley that I may recommend her for a guidance post in addition to her music duties.
Yes, dear.
Oh, Janet, I'm just off to the music department to promote Miss Tripley to head mistress. Oh, Mr. Slat. Oh, Mr. Kennedy, just a little busy now.
This is one of the new education officers, Archie Munt, Eric Slat.
Oh, sorry. Didn't realise. Silly old me.
Mr. Slat.
Very pleased to meet you, Mr. Munt.
Mr. Slat, haven't I seen you at my golf club?
Oh, well, possibly. Are you a member at Wellside?
I am, yes. Well, we must have a game sometime.
Oh, really? Well, absolutely. That would be marvellous.
Good. Well, anyway.
How about Saturday?
What?
How about a game on Saturday?
No, sorry, I'm busy this weekend.
Oh, fine. No problem.
Understood.
Anyway, I was just saying to Mr. Kennedy...
Saturday after?
Busy then, too, sorry.
Well, of course you are. You're a busy man, aren't you? He's a busy man, Mr. Kennedy.
Indeed, which is why I wanted to go.
Saturday after that.
I don't have my diary, sorry.
Well, I'll just pencil it in, shall I? You can check and phone me later. I'll give you my number.
Actually, I really don't like to commit myself without my diary.
But, of course you do. Very sensible. Sort of a bit silly of me there. Sorry.
No problem.
Just forget the whole thing.
Fine.
Now, the reason Mr. Munt is with us...
Yeah, tell you what, I'll go to the club anyway and wait. If you're free to come along, we'll have a game. I'll be there all day, no pressure, just know I'm there for you.
Right.
You'll probably beat me into the ground anyway. But if you want to beat me senseless, I'll have every minute.
Yes, well, as I was saying, Mr. Munt will be with us for a couple of days, and one of the things he wanted to talk about was some spending irregularities he's noticed.
It's nothing serious. It's mostly about your phone bill, in fact. And while I'm here, I'd like to speak to some of the teachers, if that would be all right.
Oh, of course. Excellent idea. First-class thinking. Come and meet the staff of the Belfast High Teaching Powerhouse Engine Room.
Cats. Vast number of cats. Probably nobody knows how many. Stinking the place out, coming in and out as they please.
Car licence plates. All the ones in Belfast listed in notebooks in numerical order.
Bit ordinary.
The severed fingers of close relatives. I mean, dead ones, obviously, all filed and indexed.
Come on.
No, really, it happened once in America. I read about it.
Bollocks.
I'm pretty sure it was fingers.
Fan letters to serial killers. Tons of them. All the time, to everyone in captivity.
Could be, could definitely be.
With proposals of marriage.
That's it.
No question.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Oh, hey, Amanda. Why don't you join us? We're having a bit of a debate here.
And I can join in. Oh, how lovely.
We were just wondering, just sort of theorising a bit.
Really? What about?
Well, what exactly do you do in the evenings?
Well, as a matter of fact, and I must warn you, it's a bit unusual. I surf the internet.
Of course.
Right, everyone, your attention, please. We have a surprise visitor, Archie Munt, the new education officer for this district. This is the fast-track teaching team of Belfast High, Mr. Munt. Oh, Miss Triplett, would you mind?
Hi, everyone. Good to be here. And, incidentally, it's Archie.
Archie? Oh, right, of course. Call me Eric.
Of course.
What the hell? We're both men.
Well, yes, I suppose so.
Yeah, I mean, underneath it all, underneath our clothes. Not that I was imagining you naked.
Well, no.
And that would be disgusting.
Right, yes. Well, anyway, what I wanted to say...
Not disgusting, obviously. I bet he's got a lovely body, eh?
Welcome to Belfast High, Archie.
Anyway, while I'm here, I just wanted to mention something. I've noticed a bit of an irregularity in this school's expenditure. One which Eric here has apparently failed to pick up on.
Oh, well. Well, that happens, doesn't it? I mean, that's the sort of thing that's always happening. To us men.
So it would seem. Now, I don't want to make a big thing about this, but there's been a quite extraordinary number of private calls being made from the school, which means this school is being landed with a quite unprecedented phone bill.
You okay?
I've just got to, check something. Excuse me.
Well, as I was saying...
Hello, Amanda. For how long?
Couple of years.
All on the school phone bill?
I never really thought about that.
Except in the evenings. Tell me you do it from home in the evenings.
Well, actually, I usually stay here. I haven't got a computer at home. Oh, God. Sometimes I surf all night.
Oh, Amanda, I've got the internet. Why did you have to be such a total cliché? I mean, is there a sadder activity yet known to humankind?
I don't know, but it's the best way to find out more about Star Trek.
Naturally.
I'm learning to speak Klingon.
Okay, here's the plan. You lose the modem, dump all the software, and swear on your gerbil's life you'll never do this again.
Do I have to?
I'm sorry, Amanda. This is for your own good.
Well, not my email. Leave me that.
What email?
Well, I've got a few sort of pen friends.
On the net?
Well, yes, and I'd hate to lose touch.
You've been giving your name on this thing. What if someone else in the school saw it?
Oh, no. I use an alias. I've got a username.
I see. Well, let's just make sure you haven't...
Oh, no, Susie.
accidentally mentioned anything. Amanda, is that your username?
Well, it's all quite harmless, you know. It's just like writing letters.
Amanda, is that your alias?
No, it's terribly friendly. We just chat about life and things. What's on our minds?
Amanda, are you hot bitch? and is this hot bitch's little friend? Man helmet. So, just out of interest, what's normally on your mind? Oh, apart from the exotic use of vegetables. I'm deleting a lot.
Oh, no, Susie!
Sorry, too late. Try and understand. You have been exchanging pornographic fantasies with a complete stranger at the school's expense. Now, that is not going to look good.
But, Susie...
We just have to hope they can't trace the calls to your extension. Otherwise, you're going to make Slat's dreams come true.
Ah, Miss Travis. Archie would like a word with Miss Tripley. Right, Miss Tripley, if you would step inside, please.
Have a seat, Miss Tripley.
Yes, Miss Tripley, have a seat.
If you wouldn't mind, Eric.
Oh, not at all. She can sit down.
If you wouldn't mind leaving us, Eric.
Oh. Oh, right. Well, I'll be right outside if you need me.
Fine.
I'm just dealing with the Amanda situation, dear.
Really, dear, are you?
Oh, yes, just sorting it out once and for all.
Good. So, she's Prime Minister now, is she?
I think you'll find Archie and I have the situation under control.
Archie and you? Archie and Eric. Very cosy. Should I be getting jealous?
Oh, don't be ridiculous. Don't be absolutely absurd, Janet. What could someone like Archie Munt see in me?
So, quite a phone bill. This number, it's an internet line, isn't it?
Yes.
Of course it is. You were quite careless, weren't you? Tracking you down wasn't too hard.
Yes, I know, but I never really thought about...
You said you lived in this area, and then you let slip that you were a teacher.
Yes, you see, but I... When did I let slip?
Well, for heaven's sake, Miss Tripley. I'm an education officer. Only Eric Slat could think I was really here about a phone bill. It's taken me 2 years to find you. Hot bitch. I am your man helmet. So, anyway, once I knew you were a teacher, and once I knew I had access to all the school's phone bills, well, I mean, I knew you'd be surfing from work. I always use the office line myself. What's the point in an education budget if we don't spend it, eh? It took some while, but I knew the woman with the dirtiest mind on the entire internet was out there waiting for me. I hope I'm not a disappointment.
You?
What do you mean?
Well, I know I don't look quite like I said I did.
You look fine to me.
I do?
Well, I have to say, you have some of the worst clothes I've ever seen on a human being. But then I've only just noticed you're wearing any.
Oh, I see.
Well,
Well,
Goodbye, Miss Tripley. So long, Miss Tripley. This, finally, is it.
What are you doing, Eric? What's happening?
I think Archie's just telling Miss Tripley she's about to be dismissed. And he's using some very strong language.
Morning, Susie. You all right?
Morning, everyone. What a fine and bracing day it is.
Mrs. Ladd,
Yes, Miss Travis.
what happened between that education officer and Amanda yesterday?
Oh, I don't know the full details yet. Haven't had a chance to have one of my little chats with Archie.
I see.
But they were still hard at it when I left.
Really?
Must have been a tough one. My office was in a dreadful mess.
Something happened to your office? Did the prefects trash it again?
Oh, no. Just a little confrontation between the extreme ends of the educational world. Well, you'll hear all about it soon enough, but for the moment suffice it to say that Archie Munt, distinguished senior education official, and Amanda Tripley, failed music teacher and telephone fraudster.
Just arrived in the same car.
What?
What you don't mean.
I think I do.
What?
Amanda had a date.
Amanda had a date last night?
What?
I think Amanda had a lot more than a date.
No, you're all completely wrong. As a matter of fact, Archie was busy last night. I know he was busy because he was supposed to be having a drink with me, but he couldn't make it.
You think Amanda's had sex?
Are you sure?
This is ridiculous. I just told you he was supposed to be having a drink with me. What's she got to offer him?
That's weird, isn't it? To think we could all now be living in a world where Amanda Tripley has had sex.
I used to find it strangely comforting that if the school was ever under attack from dragons, we still had one virgin to offer up.
What, you don't think they'd take Jason?
Just because I'm a religious education teacher does not mean I'm a virgin.
Yes, it does, dear.
Can we all stop this hysterical nonsense, please? Archie would never go for someone like Miss Tripley. That's just not his type.
Yeah, well, look, she'll be here in a moment, and there's one way to settle this. When a woman's had a sexual experience, you can tell by looking really, really closely at her retinas. That's how you tell.
Oh, dear, Dan. You're not used to getting much of a response, are you?
No, I'm serious, this works.
Well, you better get ready. She's on her way.
Okay, everyone, look casual. I'll stand by the door and see if I can look straight in her eyes when she comes in.
This is absurd. Miss Tripley has not had sex with Archie or anyone else.
Well, if I can get close enough, who knows? We might just be able to tell.
hello, everyone. What a beautiful, beautiful day. Dear me, Mr. McGill, you really should get out more.
No, actually, it doesn't work with men's retinas. Actually.
See?
This is taking me back.
To when?
Oh, before your time.
Well, time to get to work. I'll be in my office if anybody needs me.
And then there was one.
Will you people grow up, please? Look, there was no proof there of any kind that Archie spent last night with Miss Tripley.
How much more proof do you need?
Morning, everyone. God, it's bright in here.
Are you all right, Archie?
Yes, I'm just a little,
Rain?
dehydrated. Practically shriveled. God, I need moisture.
Hello. Oh, yes, hang on a minute. It's for you.
Oh, yes, I know what that'll be. Eric, would you mind if I took this in your office?
Oh, how nice of you to remember my name.
I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead, help yourself. I'll transfer you.
Right, I've got it, Janet. Darling. Look, I'm so sorry I didn't make it back last night. I didn't know you were going to be home. Well, I thought you were at Cynthia's. Oh, don't be silly, dear. I was at Jess. You know what it's like when he starts on his golf stories. Who saw me? Eric.
Oh, hello, stranger.
Could we have a chat about Amanda?
Oh, your little friend. Well, I was going to lunch, but if you want, I suppose.
My little friend? I hope you're not going to try and start some kind of rumour, Eric.
Well, no,
You realise she does have to go, don't you? I mean, apart from this internet thing, the standard of her work here is really quite abominable. In fact, we at the office are really quite surprised she survived here so long. Is that down to you?
Well,
I'm afraid it's long past time some action was taken.
You know, this is really terribly stupid of me, but I did think there was something going on.
Mr. Slatt, I'm a married man.
Well, yes, of course. Silly of me.
Okay. Off the record. We're both men of the world, aren't we?
What? Oh, of the world. Oh, yes. I'm a man of that, all right.
I'm a passionate man, Eric. Sometimes maybe I get a bit carried away, but the job has to come first. Always.
Well, of course, but exactly. You know, I have to explain that to Janet practically every night.
And I'm only saying, perhaps, I did something here that I shouldn't have. Maybe this was one of the times when I got carried away, which would have been, had it happened, quite wrong. But if I'm suddenly lenient on Amanda, on Miss Tripley, then it's going to fuel any, shall we say, any speculation there might happen to be. Speculation which might reach the ears of my wife. You see how my hands are tied.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I just can't let my personal feelings get in the way. So, I was wondering if you wouldn't mind accompanying me while I inform Miss Tripley of our decision. In case anything gets, ugly.
Well,
just so I can check out your game. Before I get you on that course.
I would be delighted.
Come right in. Oh, my two very favourite men. How perfectly darling.
Miss Tripley, we are not here with good news.
I gave away dear little Bertie Gerbil today to a lonely little girl in the second form. I thought she probably needed him more.
Miss Tripley, perhaps you'd better sit down.
Oh, Mr. Slatt, you sound terribly serious.
I'll come straight to the point. You're aware, Miss Tripley, that the standard of your work here is quite unacceptable. And you're also aware that you are very unpopular with both the staff and the pupils.
Archie?
In the circumstances, I think Mr. Munt would be more appropriate.
Mr. Munt?
Now, as I'm sure you'd agree, and whatever my personal feelings in the matter, we have to think of the children.
Children? Oh, this is so sad.
I don't mean our children. I'm married, for God's sake.
Married?
I'm referring to the children suffering the effects of your incompetent teaching.
Oh, yes, of course.
Now, I suggest we don't prolong this unpleasant encounter. The fact is, this job is not suitable for you. Let's all just accept that. And I sincerely hope that we can all behave like adults, accept the situation, and not go around casting up any other, events.
Oh, no, absolutely not. Sorry.
Excellent.
Where will I go?
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure you'll find something in time.
Perhaps I could add a few words, Archie.
Of course, Eric.
Thank you. You know, as I was listening to Archie just there, something became very clear to me. Some people, Miss Tripley, Amanda, are just not right for a place like this. Who knows why? Some odd defect in their personality just makes them different. Disturbing. In a strange way, utterly repulsive, and ultimately, one hopes, alone. What these people really need, and I mean this for their own good, Amanda, is a sudden, hard, and totally unexpected punch. You do see what I mean, Amanda?
You hit him.
Yes, Amanda, but constructively.
the hell are you doing?
Oh, I'm sorry. Wasn't I clear? I'll explain. You will not come to this school, take a member of this staff, give them hope and companionship, and then plunge them into a terrible abyss of despair, misery, hopelessness, and pain, because that is my job. And now, if you wouldn't mind getting up again, Archie, I don't kick a man when he's down. Hang on, I do kick a man when he's down. It's so hard to keep a track of these things.
You're mad. You're completely out of your mind.
Yeah, and is that a comforting thought right now, Archie?
No!
Right, outside you lot, it's lunch break. Nothing to see here. I'm just assaulting a senior education officer.
Leave me alone, I'm warning you!
Sorry, everyone. But it seems Mr. Munt was intending to sack Miss Tripley, which seemed rather impolite in view of last night.
Have you any idea what I could do to you, slat? This is the end for you.
And if the education department ever find out about your conduct here, or your wife, maybe I am a borderline psychotic deputy head on the fast track to nowhere, presiding over a bunch of incompetent malcontents in a run-down, underfunded, underachieving school, teaching the totally uninterested, the completely irrelevant Belfast High.
Hang on, guys. I don't think that was the whole speech.
No, it was.
Belfast High!
Yeah! But let me be clear. If you ever set so much as 1 foot in this school again, it will be all they ever find of you. So run.
Does this mean I'm not sacked now?
Why, Miss Tripley, the thought never crossed my mind. In fact, in addition to your duties in music and guidance, I would like you to be liaison officer for all visiting education officials.
Oh, Mr. Slack.
For once, a promotion you have most certainly worked for.
He was really going to sack Amanda?
Yes, he was, and he...
Well, in that case, nice one, Mr. Slat.
Now, Miss Travers, what makes you think I've finished?
Attention all pupils currently in the playground, especially those behind the science block. Sorry for interrupting your cigarette break. The gentleman currently proceeding to the car park is, despite his advanced years, a student teacher.
He'll never make it to his car.
Oh, he'll make it. But naked.
More from Galfast High at the same time, 10:15 next Wednesday on BBC One. Next tonight, Match of the Day.